Think Tudor is just Rolex's little sibling? Time to flip that story. In 2025, Tudor models are quietly showing strong value growth, not just hype. From heritage divers to vintage chronos, certain Tudor pieces are climbing fast thanks to scarcity, design, and provenance. Whether you're a collector or a buyer trying to pick wisely, now is a turning point. Let's run through 8 Tudor watches that aren't just cool to wear, they're likely to build value. Starting with number 1, the Heritage Chronograph in stainless steel, reference number 70330N. The Tudor Heritage Chronograph is where retro motorsport styling meets modern robustness. A watch that doesn't try to recreate the past, but reinvents it. Launched in 2010, it draws direct inspiration from Tudor's 1970s Monte Carlo chronographs, especially the rare prototype 70330. You get unmistakable vintage cues, trapezoidal subdials, loomed home plate indices, and bold orange accents, but with the reliability of a modern build. The 42mm stainless steel case houses a modified ETA 2892A2 movement topped with a Dubois de Praz chronograph module, offering 45-minute timing and a 12-hour bidirectional bezel that doubles as a second time zone tracker. The pushers and crown are offset due to the modular movement, a quirky but endearing detail that gives the watch character. It's water resistant to 150 meters, and it wears comfortably thanks to Tudor's sharp case finishing and its balanced proportions. Market prices range from $3,000 to $4,500 depending on strap and condition, and it remains a core piece in Tudor's modern renaissance. Buy it if you want a chronograph with vintage DNA and everyday usability. Avoid if you prefer in-house movements or sleeker profiles. For collectors, this is more than just a nod to the Monte Carlo. It is a watch that paved the way for Tudor's design resurgence. Number 2. The Black Bay Steel, reference number M79730. The Tudor Black Bay Steel is the sleeper hit of the Black Bay lineup. Understated, but purpose-built, and quietly different from its more colorful siblings. Introduced in 2017, it was the first in the series to feature both a date complication and a brushed stainless steel bezel insert, trading vintage romance for stripped-back functionality. At 41mm, the case wears with presence, but it remains balanced, especially on the riveted steel bracelet that nods subtly to Tudor's mid-century roots. Powering it is the in-house MT5612 movement, COSC certified with a 70-hour reserve and a quick set date that can be adjusted anytime, midnight included. The bezel, fully brushed with engraved black markings, has aged remarkably well, resistant to both wear and trend cycles. Red dial text gives a slight vintage wink, but everything else is pure modern tool watch. It retails at around $3,500 to $4,500 depending on condition, strap, and set, and has held value steadily thanks to its uniqueness within the Black Bay family. If you're into clean, no-nonsense dive watches that don't lean too hard on nostalgia, then this one's for you. Avoid if you want ceramic flash or gilt glamour. For the collector, it's a rare Black Bay reference that feels more industrial than heritage, and that's exactly the point. Number 3. Black Bay Pro Opaline Dial, reference number M794700004. Nicknamed the Polar Pro, this watch blends rugged travel capability with vintage tool watch charm. The Opaline dial, a matte white with a subtle dome, makes the black markers and yellow GMT hand pop. At 39mm wide and 14.6mm thick, it wears compact but substantial, with a fixed 24-hour steel bezel that gives it unmistakable Explorer 2 vibes. Under the hood is Tudor's in-house MT5652, a COSC-certified GMT caliber with a true jumping local hour hand, perfect for real travel. The 70-hour power reserve means that it's weekend-proof, and the 200-meter water resistance ensures that it's as ready for adventure as it looks. Retail is $4,175 on strap or $4,525 on bracelet, but rising demand for the Opaline version is pushing prices towards $5,000 plus on the secondary market. 5-word verdict here: Explorer aesthetic with Tudor muscle. Buy if you love the tool watch function with a modern finish. Avoid if you prefer rotating bezels. As an alternative, the Rolex Explorer 2 Polar for 3 times the price. The Pro's GMT hand and date function adjust independently. Very rare at this price point and a major win for travelers. Limited production of this dial, combined with enthusiast buzz and strong resale performance, all makes it a standout among modern Tudor GMTs. Number 4. The Black Bay 58, reference number M7939A1A0RU0001. The Tudor Black Bay 58 marks a major technical and aesthetic leap for the Black Bay line. Introduced in 2023, this is the first BB58 to receive METIS Master Chronometer certification, bringing elite levels of magnetic resistance, accuracy, and water resistance into a familiar and compact 39mm case. At just 11.7 millimeters thick, it wears effortlessly, especially on that new 5-link bracelet with Tudor's refined T-fit clasp. The burgundy bezel and matching dial aren't just a color refresh, they are a nod to a little-known Submariner prototype from the 90s, reference 79190, which never made it to production. Gold accents across the markers, hands, and minute track all warm up the dial, offering a vintage feel without forced patina. Inside is the COSC and METIS certified MT5400U caliber with a 65-hour power reserve. Robust, reliable, and built for real-world use. Retailing at $4,375 and trading anywhere between $4,000 and $5,000, it holds strong value as both a daily wearer and a collector milestone. You can buy it if you want vintage proportions paired with modern chronometry. Avoid it if you prefer ceramic bezels or larger cases. For collectors, this is more than just a spec bump. It is Tudor staking serious technical ground. Number 5. The Pelagos 39, reference number M25407N0001. Tudor's Pelagos 39 is a refined evolution of the brand's most technical dive watch, reworked for everyday wear without losing its tool watch DNA. At 39mm across and just 11.8mm thick, the full titanium case wears light but feels solid, backed by an in-house COSC-certified MT5400 movement with a 70-hour power reserve. It's still ISO certified to 200 meters, and it features a unidirectional titanium bezel with a ceramic insert that subtly radiates under light. Unlike the 500-meter version, there's no helium escape valve here, by design. This isn't for saturation diving. It's for everything else. On the wrist, the symmetry of the no-date dial, the tactile grip of the bezel, and the monoblock ceramic markers all create a highly legible and focused experience. The red Pelagos text at 6 o'clock adds a flash of personality without breaking character. Retail is $4,600, but examples float anywhere between $4,000 and $5,700 depending on strap, condition, and full set status. For collectors, this isn't just a downsized Pelagos, it is a directional shift, and early signs all point to long-term relevance. Buy it if you want dive watch specs in a wearable package. Avoid it if you need visual flash. As a modern tool, it hits a very deliberate sweet spot. Number 6. The Pelagos Ultra, reference number M2543C1A7NU0001. Nicknamed the Pelagos Ultra, this is Tudor's deepest diver ever, rated to 1,000 meters. Built with grade 2 and grade 5 titanium, it is light, but it is rock solid. The METIS certified MT5612U movement means that it's not just accurate, it's anti-magnetic to 15,000 gals, it's shock resistant, and it's water sealed beyond what most pros will ever need. It's Tudor's first METIS certified watch, signaling Rolex level precision and a major milestone for the brand. The helium escape valve is discreet, but it is critical for saturation diving, while the new T-fit clasp and visual extension system allow rapid sizing changes over a wetsuit. Retail sits at around $5,272, but demand and limited production are already pushing secondary prices to $6,000 to $7,700. In my opinion, this watch is the Tudor's deepest, toughest modern diver, in 5 words. Buy it if you want next-gen tool watch specs with real mechanical credibility. Avoid if you prefer slimmer or dressier divers. As the alternative, the standard Pelagos for daily versatility. This model's lume glows 2 colors. Green for the minute hand and bezel pip, blue for everything else, so that divers can instantly focus on elapsed time. As the first METIS Tudor, this watch may become the Submariner 116610LN of the Pelagos line. Overbuilt, undervalued, and inevitably collectible. Number 7. The the Black Bay Chrono Flamingo Blue, reference number M79360N0024. This is Tudor's boldest chronograph to date. The nickname Flamingo Blue is tongue-in-cheek. Flamingos aren't blue. But that vibrant turquoise dial channels a tropical energy that stands out in a sea of monochrome tool watches. Black subdials and a matte black tachometer bezel all keep things legible and balanced. Underneath that colorful surface is Tudor's MT5813 movement, based on the Breitling B01, but modified in-house with Tudor's own regulator and finishing. It's COSC certified, has a 70-hour power reserve, a column wheel chronograph, and a vertical clutch, the gold standard in chronograph engineering. Retail is $5,875, but this model is already getting traction among collectors for its unique look and its robust spec sheet. It's a sleeper hit with rising secondary prices and strong boutique sell-through. Buy if you want a chronograph that turns heads without compromising performance. Avoid if you prefer traditional tones. Alternative? The Omega Speedmaster 57 for more vintage lean. The movement inside has been used in watches that are priced over $8,000, making this a hidden value in the luxury chronograph segment. Fun colorways with top-tier mechanics are rare, and this one hit the sweet spot in both. And finally, number 8, the Submariner Snowflake, reference number 94010. The Tudor Submariner Snowflake isn't just a vintage dive watch. It is the model that carved out Tudor's identity in the shadow of Rolex. Produced between the mid-1970s and early 1980s, this no-date sub is part of the legendary Snowflake series, instantly recognizable by its square hour markers and those angular, loom-heavy hands. Features that were introduced in 1969 in order to improve underwater legibility for military divers. The 94010 shares its Rolex-signed caseback and crown with its bigger brand sibling, but inside beats a reliable ETA 2776 with hacking seconds, prized by naval units for synchronized timing. Issued to the French Marine Nationale and the Canadian Navy, many of these watches saw real action, and some rare RCN hybrid variants even combine snowflake hands with circular markers. The watch measures 39 millimeters, features an acrylic crystal, and carries a matte dial, black or blue, with creamy tritium loom that now tells its age with pride. Expect pricing to range anywhere from $6,000 to $12,000, depending upon condition, originality, and whether military provenance is present. Tudor's lineup keeps evolving, but some pieces stand out for a reason. Whether you're buying your first, flipping for value, or adding to a vintage-inspired collection, these references hit across all three. Now, comment down below your wrist size and budget. I'll make sure to reply with 2 models that actually fit your lifestyle. See you next time.